Hey, what's going on YouTube? What is going on everybody, man? How are you doing out there today, man? We're back here with another request. This is from a Patreon member. Thank you so much for supporting the channel in that way and becoming a Patreon member. Really appreciate it. Gonna be checking out this one. It's called Husker Du 8 Miles High. I believe they said this was an 80s song here, so we're gonna be looking at that real quick. It says that this one here, first, there's a great band from the 80s named Husker Du, a cover of the song 8 Miles High. You won't believe it. Okay, so 8 Miles High is a song that I have done on this channel before. I believe it was the Birds. Let's double check. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It was the Birds. And so we're going to be checking out a cover of that song, man. So I'm excited to check that out. Now, this song, I remember it was technically supposed to be about actually flying in the air, and I think it was even dismissed by the band that it was about drugs. However, somebody offered a good explanation of why that might be. And the reason that I was told was that on the radio at that point, I guess that it was pretty hard to get your song aired, maybe on the radio and TV. So you had to go around the regulations, which if they knew you were openly talking about stuff that was banned from the radio, it would be banned from the radio. So you got around that by using metaphors and kind of being sly with your words on a song where your listening audience can still understand what you were talking about, but those who were none the wiser didn't think it was actually about drug usage or, you know, sexual content, stuff like that. So this song actually could have been about being high, even though I think it was the songwriter said it wasn't about being high. But either way, it is technically about being high, right? So let's go ahead and jump into it, man. See what's up. Here we go. This is a nice section right here. All right, time to share my thoughts. Um, so this is the part where it is where I've got to share my thoughts. So I like the original better. I've got to say that first. I do like the Birds version better than this. I think there was that really good section on this song where after the first verse they kind of reached a little musical break there. Man, I thought that was a really nice sounding area of the song, and so that probably shows me more of what the band is doing outside of this cover with their original content or even other content. They've probably got some really good stuff out there because that musical break was really nice, and I know that they can recreate sounds like that very much. That's a part of their toolbox. They clearly displayed here. As far as the sections with the verses, it was very noisy. I would say very noisy, which it makes me think like maybe this was either a punk area of music. I don't know punk too well from the 80s, but this makes me think maybe 80s punk into pre-grunge kind of stuff is the feeling it gave me with some of the components that were in this song. But I don't think it was quite clear as like grunge got. Grunge got the noise, but they got it with clarity, man. They got it to be impactful in a good way. You're creating noise, but it is precise noise. I would say this was almost loose, a little, just a little, I don't know, chaotic. I would say with the noise. And that's with the guitar work on the verse part. So it was hard for me to really get involved in that. But like I said, I like the two musical breaks that they took, especially the first one at the beginning of the song. I thought that was really nice, that section. As far as the singing, I would have to say at least what I was shown on this song, not necessarily my favorite at points, especially. And I'm into some screaming, like I'm a Rage Against the Machine fan, and Zach does some screams that would put a lot of people off. But I like it. I like the rawness of Zach De La Rocha's screams. Okay, but there are screams that would put most people off. If I gave them a first time listen, I know that a lot of people wouldn't appreciate Zach's screams on the song. Now, maybe that's my case with this. Maybe a lot of huge fans of Husker enjoy his screams, and maybe I am that person that came in and didn't quite see the appeal in the last section of it. Is very possible. But the last section, it almost sounded like screaming into a pillow. Like literally, that's what I was thinking. Though, was like screaming into a pillow. So that was my take on it. Not the take I'm sure you were looking for, but that's just my honest take on this one. Is that I prefer the OG version more right now. Taking a little bit of a look at Husker, since I didn't know this group. We're going to be looking, it says Minnesota. They're out of Mendota Heights, Minnesota. So there you go. Their genres are indeed hardcore punk, post hardcore punk, punk rock, alternative rock. So that was the sound they were going for. And there's definitely an audience for it, man, 100%. And then we've got down here that their years active were actually 1979 to 1988, so about a 9-year span, man. It says after the respective bands broke up in the mid 1990s, Mold and Hart continued doing solo work, the latter until his death in 2017. So they continued to go out and do their work, I guess, after their band had broke up. It says Norden worked as a restaurateur and returned to recording industry in 2006, man. So pretty short-lived band in the lifespan of bands. But I still think 9 years is quite a run, man. I think that's quite a long run. So there we go, dude. Hopefully you guys enjoyed rocking here with me. Like I said, maybe that one just wasn't my ideal sound, but maybe they've got other stuff that they do, man. Either way, thank you so much for the request and becoming a Patreon member. Really appreciate that, man. If you guys enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, check out the descriptions down below. And with that being said, I'm gone. I'll see you on the next one, all right? Peace.